Yes, we're back, and happy to be here, isn't that right? Hey, verily, truly a delight that the four of us could be together. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for letting me join the team. I don't think he was talking about you. Yeah! Yeah, they're back and better than ever. Guys, I am so excited to be reviewing the Avengers. No, not that one. Never that one. The Avengers is one of those special once-in-a-lifetime movies that never really happens in history. It's one of those movies that before it even hits the screen, you know it's going to be good. Plus, Joss Whedon's on the project and he's really on a roll. First Cabin in the Woods and now this? Man, you spoil us, Joss Whedon. Now when the movie started and the Marvel logo began to fade into the picture, the audience began to applaud. Now that's a beautiful thing, but I was wondering if when the movie was over, would it be met with that same applause? Well, believe me when I say that this movie is a roller coaster ride of action and adventure, and some of the scenes were just so fantastic that they'll give you chills. This is the type of movie that every kid, no, everybody will enjoy. It doesn't matter. Boy, girl, male, female, that's the same thing. It really doesn't matter. As long as you're alive, you're gonna like this movie. And you could tell that Marvel worked pretty hard to make sure that you would like this one. They set the bar for the Avengers pretty high when they were leading up to it with movie after movie, technically giving us the longest intro for a movie that mankind has ever seen. And I'm not really complaining. Well, I'm mostly not complaining. Now, there have been a lot of questions surrounding the Avengers movie, and with so many characters from past movies being a part of it, people want to know if every hero is going to get enough screen time. And for the most part, yeah, they do. Now this movie does a great job of making sure that each character has a significant role in the Avengers, allotting a pretty decent time for every hero to be helpful and relevant. They're all a crucial member of the team, and each one of them has a moment where they're needed. At no time in this movie do you feel like a character is just there to be there. Thor, if you know anywhere that Loki would be hiding, I think that'd be a great start. Well, he could be hiding in any of the 9 realms. We should... Smash. No, Hulk, no smash! Everyone is needed, and Hulk will smash. Now I know what you're thinking because another concern was that Mark Ruffalo was playing Bruce Banner, and yeah, it kinda stinks. It's too bad that Edward Norton can't reprise his role, but honestly, Mark Ruffalo does such a good job playing Bruce Banner that you're not gonna notice the switch. And even if you do notice it, you're not gonna really miss Edward Norton. Now I know it sounds callous to say, I mean, I was pretty upset myself, but really, Mark Ruffalo plays aloof and reserved so well as Bruce Banner that it's a really nice contrast to the overwhelming and destructive Hulk. Trust me, you're gonna see scenes where they match up so nicely. Not only do they do a great job at utilizing each superhero, they also reintroduce them into the film as they go and recruit each member. It gives us a nice way to reconnect with each character as opposed to just jumping straight into the Avengers team. And what a way they reintroduced themselves. As the movie was going on, I almost forgot that one of the characters wasn't there yet, but they definitely reminded me of their presence. I thought a lot of the introductions were gonna go like this. Hey, you've seen a lot of action, Clint, and that's why you're gonna need backup. And Thor's gonna help you out on this one. You guys are gonna sweep and mop the floors mostly. Just take care of the dirt and grime. Ain't that right, Thor? Well, I guess we better get to it. But they're more like this. I'm glad we caught him when we did. Wasn't too hard when you think about it. Time for pain! Ah! Yeah, there are some great fight scenes in this movie between Avengers and villains alike, and you will not be disappointed. Everyone has those heroes that they want to see throw down, and if you personally have 2 heroes that you want to see go at it, well, the odds are looking good. This movie is action-packed. People were wondering if this movie was going to be bogged down with romance, especially between Black Widow and Hawkeye. I'd answer that for you, but I think Scarlett Johansson said it best. In an interview with some reporter, she was asked if the 2 characters were ever going to be caught in a romantic situation, and she replied, "There's no time for romance. We've got shit to avenge." That says it all. This isn't one of those superhero movies that gets caught up in romantic entanglement. There are 7 people in this movie that have asses to kick, and they need to get to it. Whose asses are getting kicked? Besides Loki's? Well, an onslaught of alien asses, that's whose. Now, many people are asking, is it the Skrull or the Kree? Well, Joss Whedon confirms that it's neither one of them. Well, who else could it be? My guess is gonna be on the Carbonites. Take a look at this picture and tell me that there's no similarities. But I'm getting off topic. Now remember what I said about scenes giving you chills? Well, this battle is full of them. Now I know a lot of people that when they saw this stuff in the trailers, they were like, whoa! Well, guess what? This stuff is only the tip of the iceberg. And fighting next to heavy hitters like Hulk and Thor, it's understandable to think that in these circumstances, Hawkeye and Black Widow are severely outmatched, and almost look stupid carrying around a gun and some arrows. Well, not the case. As I said before, each character has a valued skill set, and the same can be said for these 2. This movie doesn't downplay these 2 characters to make the other ones look any tougher. They hold their own and they fight just as well, and that's great because this battle is anything but low-key. This movie is anything but low-key. Loki is anything but low-key. Do I have any nitpicks? Well, if there was anything that I had to say, it'd be that at the end of the movie, it never really felt like the Avengers were going to lose, like at all. There was never that moment where they were nearly defeated but then rose back up from the ashes. But honestly, who cares? The dialogue that the heroes exchange with one another throughout the course of the movie makes up for that. They experience that turmoil within the group, and they share their frustrations about each other through dialogue that sounds very real. Whether it's about how Tony is useless without his suit, or how Captain America was nothing but a science project, or how Banner is a time bomb, that turmoil within the team, to me, is the moment when the chips are down, and that makes it much more dramatic. It also makes for great Avenger fight scenes. Like I said before, the audience clapped when the Marvel logo came up at the beginning, and I was wondering if they would do the same thing when it was over. It got a standing ovation. That's how much of an impact this movie had on everyone, including myself. The Avengers movie gives you that same feeling that you felt when you saw the first X-Men or Spider-Man movie. That feeling like, man, this is the real deal. This is actually happening. The Avengers is without a doubt the best movie of the year. Maybe even the best superhero movie to date. And they're bound to make another one because there's so many more Avengers left to go. And they're already talking about making an Ant-Man movie. Not to mention, we still have to find out who those aliens were. And who they worked for. Stick around after the movie credits and you might even find out. Ah, that was truly a most impressive battle. You said it, Thor. Take care, citizens. Time for old Cap here to get to his homeowners association meeting. Patriotism, ho! I'm sorry, I've got to get the suit back to 100%. And I've got a lot of other things to do too. Why don't you go talk to Hawkeye? Don't look at me, I'm busy too. My hit list is a mile long. Why don't you go and talk to Natasha or Hulk? No! Yes, sirree! Oh boy! That was good! Ha ha! Ha, yes! Oh boy!